Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Puneet Jain from JainMatrix Investments, and I'm going to continue this week from our discussion last week, where we talked a little bit about why stock market investments are a good idea and why the Indian market is attractive. I started investing as long back as 2003, and in my free time and with my free funds, I started with mutual funds investing and slowly started experimenting with investments in direct equity. In that phase of the early years of my investing, I did feel the need for good quality research by people who shared their views, their honest views, and stayed consistent with their ideas for where to invest and how to invest. I learned a lot of lessons through those early years, particularly in building a disbelief or a skepticism about various investment stories. So in 2012, when I became a full-time investor, I thought that I will create a service which actually helps individual investors, and the subscription service that we offer at JainMatrix Investments is actually a tool to individual investors where they get a guidance from us at JainMatrix about what to invest in, that is some of our finest picks, stock picks, as well as how to handle news events and situations when the companies go through this from year to year, so that one is always thinking of long-term gains and acting on short-term events with the objective of maximizing long-term investment gains. The annual subscription from JainMatrix Investments helps individual investors get ideas for a whole year from us, where all our research goes to them in their mailbox, and they can check it out and review it for their investments, as well as our model portfolios which we have created. One is a large cap model portfolio and one is a mid and small cap portfolio. So these are ready to buy portfolios which an investor can check and verify our research, and then based on our strong conviction, which we try to communicate through those reports, he should invest and take the view on the company for the long-term gains. When I look at the equity mutual funds, which was something I started investing in, it was for me a kind of a black box where I trust a mutual fund company, I trust a fund manager, and I put the money in, and whatever they do in the behind, a few years later when I want to withdraw, I'm going to check for returns through this period. But this service of mine is for a slightly more involved investor who can do the buying and selling on his own, but take our help for the ideas, and thus be able to also communicate with us and ask questions in case he has such issues. Also, your stockbroker may try to double up as your advisor, but I would suggest keeping a wall between the advisory services and the stockbroking services, because as an advisor I am completely focused on building your wealth and minimizing your transactions of purchase and sale, because you lose a commission in a brokerage every time. But yes, you do need your stockbroker in order to execute on all the transactions that we suggest. So you need advice and help from both the services. That's all I'd like to speak about. Thank you so much for your time. Puneet Jain from JainMatrix.